Okay, welcome in. We're going to do the weekly All Signs love readings. I've been poorly, so we're a little bit behind. Can't believe I had one illness and then another one straight after, but I sort of can because I had the flu jab, so that's probably what prompted the second one. The first one was just bad luck, really. Anyway, we are back. I'm not going to burn sage because it's going to dry out my throat, and that is my main problem lately, so. Okay, so we're doing collective love readings by zodiac sign, starting off with Aries. I hope you like my new setup. Should I just prop that one against the dog? There we go. Or skeleton dog. Right, 3 shuffles. And on we go. Loads going on. I got a speeding ticket, so I just done a speed awareness course. Hideous expense. Cars going in for service, more expense. It just feels like money's going out. Too much money's going out, not enough coming in. But anyway, life be like that sometimes. Starting a new job tomorrow. Very, very grateful for that. A little bit of job security. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels. Hi Colleen, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this? What week are we going to be? We're going to be on the 4th week of October. In this 4th week of October 2025, with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in. 3 cards for how Aries is feeling, first of all, please. Hi Maggie, hi Nipu. We're so close to 3,000 watch hours. We're on 2,903 watch hours. So I reckon in 2 weeks' time, I'll be able to offer you subscriptions with health readings, business, education and finance readings, as well as your love readings, okay? I will probably put a how-to, which I'll make. I promise to make this half term, okay, so next week, a how to read a tarot cards guide as well. So it's nice and methodical. It's not just me telling you what cards happen to come in to the reading, but we go through each card in a methodical way. Because it's interesting, but also you might want to do your own tarot readings or read for other people. You might just find it interesting, okay? But I'll throw that in as well. So subscriptions are likely from mid-November. At the latest, New Year, but I think it's going to be sooner. I mean, we deserve it. We've worked hard. Right, what just turned over then? This one. Aries, you're showing up. Oh, gee, I've not done tarot for like a couple of days, but I've really missed it. Why did I just like really enjoy that then? Aries, you're showing up as the King of Pentacles, so in your masculine energy. Finances and work and providing for other people could be a particular focus right now. I mean, you're the emperor, Aries, and you've been showing up as the Emperor and incredibly high value, very responsible for the last few weekly readings, but today you're showing up as the King of Pentacles upright. So earthly matters, paying the bills, paying the mortgage, getting work done on the house, getting the kids to school, you know, attending courses, attending work, whatever you have to do to be a responsible person, to get the bills paid, you're on top of it. Hi, welcome into the chat. Three of Pentacles, okay? So that's another card to do with work. If it's not work specifically, it's to do with cooperation, okay? So family, friends, colleagues, whoever it is that's involved in your day-to-day, coming together. It's upright, okay? So perhaps, I mean, this is a love reading, so perhaps you're looking to cooperate with someone who is coming into your life, like, soon. You would like to work together. You would like to be a team. It's looking good. It's looking very, very practical. Very pragmatic, very practical, very realistic. Very earthly. Hi, Danica. Hi, Ming Pao. Let's get one more for you, Aries. You're looking like an earth sign, and you're a fire sign, so that's really intriguing to me. You could be late on in Aries season. You could be an Aries Taurus cusper, meaning you're so late on in Aries season that you exhibit some Taurus traits as well. Taurus being earth. It could just be that this is your focal point at the moment. I mean, look, in September, October, we're very much trying to be productive. We're trying to cultivate. We're trying to harvest. We're trying to get ready for the winter, aren't we? We're trying to gather nuts as the squirrels are. We're trying to get ourselves ready. We're trying to get ourselves prepared for the bleak winter that's going to come in. So it is a season of preparation. A season of being practical, a season of gathering, okay? Hi, Big Three. Your Aries, nice. Look, oh my goodness, here it is, the Emperor. It's reversed though. So when the Emperor's upright, it's all four kings. And I think you're well on top of practical issues, finances, because you're showing up with that upright. That aspect of your life is upright. So the three kings that we're missing are the King of Cups, the King of Swords, and the King of Wands. Let's go through each one. The King of Cups is someone who's patient, understanding, forgiving, calm. The King of Wands is someone who's very motivated, goal-orientated, action-orientated. The King of Swords is someone who's intelligent, intellectual, strategic, treats life like a chess game, you know, 10 steps ahead. By the time you get to telling people about something, you've been scheming on it for months ahead, okay? So I don't know what it is that's off at the moment, whether it's strategy, whether it's motivation, whether it's patience, but one of those aspects must be a little bit off for us to be showing up in the reverse position with our own major arcana. okay? Because why not? Why not upright? That's my question. But anyway, let's continue. Let's get 3 cards for the one that's showing up for you, Aries. Okay, so this person was in their head a little bit. Whoever this is, they were in their head a little bit. They were worried. They were thinking about this connection. And they couldn't really sleep at night. But because it's reversed, they're over it now. Okay, whatever this person was up in their head about, overanalyzing, analysis paralysis, fear, anxiety, doubts, whatever it was, they're over it. Okay, they're coming out of that. Swords energy is air energy, which is thoughts and communication. So they might have had a lot of intrusive thoughts, a lot of worries, doubts, fears, but they're over it. Now, I'm assuming this is someone that you're dealing with, but it could be someone that's coming in the future. Let's see. Let's get a couple more cards. Because you're showing up as a king and an emperor, you could be married, you could be involved with someone already, living with them, but you don't have to be. You could just be a mature person that has a lot of responsibilities. You could be a single parent, you could be a divorcee, you could be a widow, you could be someone that lives alone, has no kids, no dependents, but you have a high-powered job, you have bills that you pay, and you're very responsible. Okay, so your person is showing up as the Knight of Swords reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, and the King of Swords. Guys, 4 cards, all with swords. That is really odd. That's a lot of air. That's a lot of thoughts, a lot of thinking. It's a lot of communication. Well, Knight of Swords reversed is a lack of communication. There's an urgent message. It needs to be delivered quickly. Look at the feathers fluttering down from this mythical bird. The sword is raised, the armor's on. We're ready to tell the truth, deliver it bluntly, quickly, rapid movement. That's reversed. So there's something that needs to be spoken that hasn't been. The Five of Swords reverse is not wanting to argue, okay? So possibly we're biting our lip, biting our tongue. There's something that we really want to communicate and we're holding back from doing it because we know it's going to cause World War III. King of Swords upright is someone who's sitting in their power. They want the truth, okay? They are defensive. They're holding that sword in front of their face. It's like, don't BS me because I'm not here for it. I want the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you. If you decide to bullshit me, if you decide to mess me about or whatever, I'm not here for it. I'm gone. I am gone. Like, I'm in my power. I'm sitting in my power and I don't want BS. I've been feeling some kind of way. I've not caused drama. I'm calm. But if you bullshit me around, I'm gone. And that's where this person's at the moment, Aries. Like, that's where they're at. I don't see passion. I don't see excitement. I don't see enthusiasm. I don't see someone wanting to invest. This person feels like they've been messed about. And I know that because what they're showing me is I was worried about this. I'm starting to detach myself. I don't want drama and I just want the truth. So I wouldn't push it with whoever this is. I wouldn't push it, honestly. If this is about you, okay, don't forget this could be someone that's dealing with their own shit and they're coming in for you in the future. But if you're dealing with someone right now, do not mess them about because they're not in the mood. So the last card that's coming out for them is the Three of Cups reversed. The Three of Cups, when it's upright, can be celebrations, but it can also be a card of third-party dynamics, okay? So a situationship, someone's already married, someone's already taken, and they're acting single. They've met someone, fallen in love with them, and they're already married. Like, the Two of Cups is two people offering one another a cup of love. The Three of Cups is one too many, you know? It's like three people. It's like a relationship or a marriage where one of you has stepped outside of that relationship or marriage and introduced another person to the equation. When it's reversed, it's that being exposed. It's like, exposed or ended. So because this person's tone is so serious with all of these swords cards, I'm willing to bet, and it is just a bet because I'm not a fly on the wall, I'm willing to bet this is the person that feels like they're the third party, they don't have a clue what's going on, and they want the truth. They want to know whether you care about them, or it could be the person that's being cheated on. But usually the Three of Cups reverse is the person that's saying, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not on this ride anymore. I'm not taking this roller coaster anymore. Like, I'm not being a plant that's kept in a cupboard, a secret that's kept in the dark, a skeleton in the closet. I'm not being your dirty little secret anymore. And usually that's the person that has the Three of Cups reversed. Is like the person that says, I am not happy with this arrangement. I'm not continuing with it. I'm not happy with it. It's a no from me. Because whilst I feel like you care about me, like you have deep feelings for me, you're not doing right by me. I'm not getting anything out of this situation other than hurt. And that kind of fits with dropping the burdens. It kind of fits with, oh, thank you. Another weirdo on YouTube. Well, I didn't call you that. This it does seem like someone that's just putting their boundaries up. Like, I'm not going to be the third wheel. I'm not going to be the third person anymore. You look like you're being very practical. You're taking care of business. Aries, like, you look like you got everything under control. But then that Emperor reversed, it's like something has to be not right at the moment for you to be not showing up in your power, for you to be showing up reversed. It's either a lack of drive or motivation or passion, a lack of strategy, intelligence, planning, forward thinking, communication, or a lack of patience, you know, being impatient, being someone that's holding grudges, unforgiving. Let's get 3 for the outcome, and it might help. I'm gonna hide hands because I don't think that he's someone that supports tarot. I'm an omnist, okay? So I don't denounce any other religion or spirituality. I accept the presence of all religions and spiritualities. If anyone denounces tarot, you're denouncing my religion and you're doing it in my place of worship. I will never dream of walking into a church, a mosque, a temple of any kind and kicking people's chairs over or telling them they're the devil or this or that. I don't need to be forgiven for what I do. I help people for a living. I do it through teaching. I do it through teaching in high school. I do it through teaching tarot. I don't need to be forgiven or repent for anything. I'm an earth angel. And for me, you need to go and read up about tarot to educate yourself and have better tolerance towards people who aren't strictly following your guidelines for what religion is. If you're going to come into my chat and you're going to come into my temple and tell me that it's okay to kick chairs over, it's not. And I'm not going to sit and take it. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to. Just so you're clear. If you want to call me the devil or this or that, you can go, because you're not here to do anything good. If you have no tolerance for the presence of other religions, maybe you should look at why that is, and maybe you've been brainwashed to think only one way is the only way, you know, because I don't think that's the case. I think religion is a guideline, a set of principles for which to be the best version of yourself. I don't think that you should tell other people to repent because they don't believe what you believe or they don't follow your deity. I don't think that's okay, actually. I think you're just repeating stuff that you've been told. Right, the Three of Wands upright in the outcome is following a planning phase. It's taking action on those plans, on those ideas, on those things that you decided that you want for your future. Is taking action. So we've got that in the outcome. Let's get two more for the outcome. The Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, and they're both upright. The Knight of Pentacles is a person that's in active pursuit of a love connection. And they're dating with a view to getting into a long-term relationship. This is investment of time, money, and energy. The Four of Pentacles can be like, it's the card of the miser. It can be a card of possessiveness, wanting to protect something, conserve it, preserve it. Okay? It's not throwing money away. It's not being frivolous or reckless with money. We want to invest it, but we want it to return. We want a return on our investment, okay? So again, we've got this very practical, pragmatic energy about us. I wonder if that's you, Aries, because that's how you were coming across, was as a King of Pentacles and a Three of Pentacles. Actually, what's in the corner of that Emperor? Is that a pentacle or is that... No, I don't think it is. Well, it might be. It might be. Let's get one more for the outcome. Thank you for the likes and the loves. It's much appreciated. The Ace of Cups reversed. See, the Ace of Cups reversed, I take that as love lost. Like, where there was love, love has been lost. It's not here anymore. Like a contract has expired, something's ended. It's just like, it's crazy to me because it's like very opposite energies. This one, your one is like, yeah, I'm ready to push ahead. Like, I've planned, I know what I want, I'm ready to invest, I'm ready to take action. Their one is like caution, defensive, there's stipulations, okay, to them signing this contract. They're like, okay, but I want to add in several clauses, and I want you to guarantee X, Y, and Z for me to sign this contract, this love contract. I need X, Y, and Z to be fulfilled, otherwise it's a no. And that's what it's coming across like, you know, you're thinking in a practical sense, like, great, I'm ready to invest, I've got what I need to proceed, and if they can match me, it's a deal. You know, this person's like, I need the truth, I need honesty, I need clarity, I need effective communication, and I'm not prepared to invest unless I've got X, Y, and Z fulfilled. They're very cautious, very careful, and they won't be crossed, Aries, like, they won't be crossed. I'm gonna get messages from them. I've taken a while on it, but I think it's important to see where this person's at, because they're not messing. They're really not messing about. Okay, let's get no contact messages. Even if you're in contact, it's what this person would say to you, basically. Because sometimes we're thinking stuff and we'll just make pleasantries or play it safe, but what we really would say is this, okay? This is what we'd really tell you. They could be an air sign, because they're showing up as a King of Swords, but they don't have to be. So that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I repeat, they don't have to be that. It's how they're showing up at the moment. Others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture and my beliefs on how I should live my life. Okay, it says my family beliefs, my family beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. This person very much concerned with what other people think. Not random people, but people that are important to them in their life. People they've grown up with, been brought up by, people that are their elders. They're very much influenced by that. So that could be cultural, it could just be specific to a family. Families are so different, aren't they? Like, what your rules are within your household. My dad's an atheist. My mum believes that she's lived previous lives but doesn't really follow any particular religion. I'm an omnist, so I don't denounce the presence of any religion. And then I've decided that I like tarot, and I love tarot, you know, at like mid-30s, and you discovered it 5 years ago. Not sure what my sister thinks, to be honest. But within our household, there's certain rules that need to be followed, certain values that are held. We don't say I love you just like that. We don't hug just like that. We do nice things for each other. We're there for one another. Swearing is frowned upon, although it does happen. Certain rules have to be followed. No way my dad would have anyone in the house unless I was in like a marriage with them or close to, you know, marriage, like living with them, and then he might allow them to sleep in the house, but not unless. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. And oh, thank you, Andrea. This person either lives in a household or feels very much influenced by and led by their own families, beliefs, cultures, systems, whatever protocols they're expected to follow. That's affecting them, okay? That's affecting them, and that's why they've got certain boundaries when it comes to you, Aries. I'm going to get you a lot more than this, but that's just a clue, okay? What's the nature of this connection, please? What's the nature of this connection? That's what I was just talking about. Actions speak louder than words. That's what my family believe, okay? They're like, you can tell someone that you love them. You can say, I love you. But if you're actually not showing it with your actions, words are empty, aren't they? Words don't really mean anything unless you follow up with the way that you act. So we don't say I love you. We probably should say it more than what we do in our household, but we're not saying it in an empty way. It's not paying lip service. Like, we show up, okay, for the people in our life if they need us, or if we just want to express that we care about someone, we'll probably do something to show that rather than just saying it. So if you want to know this, if you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they're doing. This person has watched something that you do and they're not 100% happy with it. And yet you are a practical person, but why are you showing up as the Emperor of Earth? There's either some sort of like holding grudges or talking big and not doing big, or being impatient or having a lack of a plan, okay? Because you can have the money ready to invest, you can have the practical circumstances, but if you've got no game plan, if you've got no strategy, if you've got no, like, fire, no motivation, no get up and go, that money's staying where it is, that practical circumstance is staying how it is. That investment isn't happening, is it? So we can talk a big game, but opportunity meets preparation. Timing has to be right. Research and information has to be on point, okay, flawless. There needs to be a plan. There needs to be forward thinking, maybe keeping our cards close to our chest. There has to be excitement, enthusiasm. Something's off balance, something's not right, and this person is like, I don't trust this. I don't trust you. And it's weird because you've got the money or the resources to invest, you've got the intention to put time, money, and energy into this, but something's throwing this person right off when it comes to you, and it's to do with family values, like what is acceptable to their family. You are right. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? They're still intimidated by you. Look, you're an emperor. You're someone who is like all four kings. You're very impressive to this person. They are one king. They're the King of Swords. Okay? So the way that they're thinking as a King of Swords is strategy, research, knowledge, effective communication. They will respond well to strategy, research, knowledge, and effective communication. Does that make sense? Wow, I didn't pick the cards, Cameron. Like, the universe is telling you, like, This is what your person, you know, thinks of you. Okay, let's clarify. Why was this person anxious previously? Why were they anxious? Sneaky snake. Going behind your back, deceitful swindler. Cuts both ways, good and bad aspects, mixed blessing, divisions. Okay. So previously, this person could have dealt with someone that's difficult to get along with, difficult to see eye to eye, difficult to agree on a particular plan of action. They could have also been done over financially or in a loyalty sense, like loyalty shows up as financially loyal, loyalty shows up as emotionally loyal, okay, practically loyal. So they have some trust issues. They're very defensive. They're trying to protect and preserve themselves. They don't want to get used again. They don't want to get tricked or duped again. So whilst you're ready to invest, they're like, no, 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 because I did that last time and I got screwed over. So I want a guarantee. I want communication. I want the facts. I want proper research done. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. They're not going to go into anything on a whim, not at all. I'm glad it's resonating. Where did that go? Here it is. Now it's come out sideways, so I'll read both. Open hearts. In vulnerability, we talk and reveal, forging deeper connections through honesty. Secret desires, unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. Yeah, I mean, unspoken needs can sometimes be like, my unspoken needs isn't necessarily, you know, need, because that's quite a sexual picture. It doesn't mean anything sexual. Sometimes we want guarantees, we want reassurance, we want insurance that someone's not going anywhere, that they still feel the same way about us that they did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 years ago. Sometimes we just want a guarantee that someone's feelings are the same for us, or they're not going to let us down, they're not going to flip and change the script on us. Like, this person, like, you can see, like, it's swords everywhere. They want honesty. They're very anxious. They're very fearful. Let's get hidden futures. Bugaboo. Where's that gone? Recording. Announcing, expressing, revealing truth. Yeah, this person definitely, like, for some reason, they got picked by someone who is a swindler. They swindled them out of money. A bugaboo, someone that, like, you know, like a couch surfer, like a sofa surfer, they just turn up and they expect for free to stay in your property, to stay in your family's home, to have you foot the bill for shit, and they'll pay you back later, you know, like at some sort of later date, they'll pay you back. Yeah, promise, just haven't got my bank card, just haven't got like X, Y, or Z. Or, you know, the situation's like this. There's always some sort of fucking excuse. Okay, so this person dealt with someone who's like that. You know, a person described it as a hobosexual, so Yeah, it's like someone that's got nowhere to be, nowhere to go, no fixed abode, and they're happy to flaunt their body if it gets them like a week with a roof over their head. That's kind of sad, but in another way, a lot of people will do that even with money in the bank. They'll do that because they're like, they think they're being really clever and they're just using up your resources in a very parasitic way. They're latching onto you and grabbing what you've got, which could be like not that much, and they'd rather like use that up before they use their own resources. So don't feel bad about that. It's not going to be a homeless person. It's going to be someone that prefers to use up other people's resources before they use their own. Okay. I think this got exposed to this person and they're pretty traumatized by it. It it is what it is, but they're really scared to get into anything with anyone again where it means investments and money, time, energy, all three. Let's get broken mirror. Push, pull, power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. So what this person's afraid of, Aries, is that there's going to be arguments. There's going to be a lack of seeing eye to eye. That you're both going to want to be the emperor. You're both going to want to be the king. You're both going to want to be the leader. And it's going to lead to butting heads. I mean, that can 100% happen in relationships. Perhaps that's what happened in their relationship last. So they're like, no, hell no, like that's not happening again. So you might have to bear that in mind if you do want to have some sort of partnership or persuade this person to go in on a relationship connection with you. Perhaps there's going to have to be give and take. There's going to have to be a consideration of the other person's worries, doubts, fears. Their contribution needs to be valued. It needs to be respected. It needs to be taken on board. And a little bit of time and tact used before we go, do you know what? No, because I know everything. Because you're a fire sign and you're the emperor, so you naturally feel like you want to be at the helm of stuff and you're almost waiting for the people to flop and fall on their face. You can go, ha, now I'm in charge and I'll do things the right way. Don't do that, okay? Because this person wants to be half and half. They want to be respected. They want to be equal. They want their say in what goes on. If you disrespect that, they're gone. It's very clear. Let's get the unspoken truth as well. Silence is its own kind of confession. So if you haven't heard from them, it's because they've got all this going on in their head and they've got their line and it can't be crossed. Be very careful, okay? We're both waiting for the other to make the first move. Ooh. I mean, the good thing about that is you both care. You both care. Take a deep breath and have a little bit of a think how much this person means to you, because if they mean a lot, you just have to breathe and you have to have a little think. If I was them, what would I want to hear? If I was them and I was a genuine person and I had concerns, what is it that I would want to hear that would reassure me? Have a little think okay, before you send anything, before you respond to anything. Difficult to do, you know, with any sign, but when you're a fire sign, you kind of have a way that you want to be, but I wouldn't be like that with this person, okay? Just because their past experience has got them with their boundaries, like, really strong. Oh, I didn't get any confessions from them. I'm sure you want some confessions. Well, that was straight away. That's all. Ooh! I'm thinking about reaching out. I need to heal my inner child wounds. Okay, so they might have a need to be heavily in control because of something to do with their early childhood where things were very strictly controlled or there was no control, and so now they want control. Okay, each of those scenarios means they will want a little bit of a say or an equal say over what goes on because they were given no say and everything had no boundaries and there was no rules and it was scary, or there was too many rules, it was too restrictive, too limiting, and couldn't breathe. Okay, so that's why they have a need to kind of assert themselves, and it's not to be overbearing, it's just to have what they should have. Okay, and that's fair. Anything else that we can learn from this person's side of things? The snake. See, we had sneaky snake earlier. There it is. And we've got the snake here. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious. Look over your shoulder, the other woman. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting, the one. Open your heart, getting together, perfect. High five, Sue. They're so scared of betrayal. They're really scared about it. And if you think about it, you would never expect, Aries, you'd never expect to be in a connection where you just relinquish all control to the other person. That would be naive as fuck. It would be foolish as fuck. It would require hella amounts of trust. To a degree where you've lived a very sheltered life and you expect a lion to behave like a teddy bear. Okay, like, it's unfair to kind of like expect to be the emperor and have all the reins and hold all the reins and everything, and this person to just be at your whim. And you might feel like that's a natural focus for you or a natural role for you, but it's not fair and it isn't sensible for this person to trust you like that. You're not stuck between a rock and a hard place, Cameron, because what they're just asking for is equal power, equal responsibility, equal. They just want push and pull, give and take. Okay, they want 50% of the control and the decision-making process. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. That's it. An emperor doesn't like to give 50% of the say to the other person, but perhaps that's your lesson. What turned over then? Anything. Let's do another one. I really want to know what it is, Cameron. You're gonna have to explain, even if it's on a Gmail, if you don't want to stay on here. Look at this. Look. They dealt with a narcissist, either someone in their family or someone that they were previously involved with. okay, was a user, a flat out user, a homosexual, a bugaboo. Red flags. Like, this person is like traumatized, okay? They're traumatized. So they're not someone that's like not someone to be with, but they've got their boundaries up. And probably, I don't know if you've dealt with a narcissist, but you're sent karmics in order to force you to put boundaries up where maybe you had none, or you had very little expectations for yourself, or little expectations of others. You had low boundaries. Usually we do that because we're very excited to have a relationship, and we're like, I just want a boyfriend, I just want a girlfriend, I just want a husband, I just want a wife. And then we don't kind of do our necessary checks. We don't take our time. We don't see how that person is within a relationship for a given period. We let it go fast. We let them talk us into stuff sooner than what we would normally move, and we make it okay when they don't show up with the money for X, Y, and Z. We're like, oof, okay, like, I'll make it fine as long as you pay me back. And then suddenly you've got a £3 bill for something, or a £6 bill for something. The savings are gone, the resources are gone, and they're fine. You know, like, they're fine because they used up your shit first. Okay, so this person's learned to put boundaries. I'm happy for them. I'm not mad about it. I'm happy for them. They've probably dealt with a karmic, put up boundaries, and learnt their lesson. You're not a karmic, but they don't know that. How are they going to know that? The only way they're going to know that is a given period of time passes where you each do what's expected of you and prove it. No, Cancer's not done. I'm just on Aries, so I'm just on the first sign. Oop, where's that gone? Companion, listen to your inner voice. Your spirit guide is there to assist you. Okay, so if you ask the universe and you say, like, what is meant to happen here? Like, I want this person, but I don't understand their behavior. You know, just ask your spirit guides to support you with the patience, the knowledge, the understanding, the signs that you need. Better to wait. You deserve better. Okay, so go slow. If this person tries to rush you, that's their problem. That's their problem. They want to work out what you're about. You want to work out what they're about. And that's the best advice I can give you, is take it slow. You can't go too slow. You can go too fast. You can go too fast when it comes to mortgages, houses, cars, any kind of assets, business, going into business together, babies, marriage. You can go too fast. You can't go too slow. Okay? Going too slow, you could lose the person, okay? But going too fast, oof, oof, no. Too fast is the worst case scenario, guys. Because you're legally bound, and you are bound for a lifetime with children. You are bound for a lifetime. So think about that. I want to get you some advice now, Aries. Passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us finding the balance within the intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. I'm sorry, but like, how relevant is that? Use wisdom, yeah? Be passionate about wisdom. Allow balance, allow time to pass, allow people to prove themselves. Prove yourself to this person. Let them prove themselves to you. Slow things down. There's no need to like rush in with your pentacle, like, oh my god, like take my pentacle, I'm ready to invest. Don't do that, okay? Because they're like, whoa, slow down, because I've put my pentacles in someone else's pocket and they ran off with them. They spent them on prostitutes, drugs, guns, whatever. Another girlfriend, another boyfriend. Like, this person wants to slow shit down. You can't go too slow. You can go too fast. The thing about going a bit too slow is, if you say, like, I was in a relationship where we were 50-50 with money, it had been 3.5 years, I was waiting for marriage, I was waiting for children. We already living together, we already know after 3 years what we want like as a couple. The next step should be happening, okay? So that's what I mean when it's like, give it the time and let it play out. Let someone show that they can be there for you. I'm not talking about after 3 months, like, you should be getting married. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be having a baby after 3 months. You shouldn't be doing X, Y, or Z. Investing into someone's business opportunity after 3 months. 3 years, that person should have been thinking the way that I was. And if they weren't, that's hard luck, isn't it? That's hard cheese. Like, I can walk away. I'm entitled to do that because at this point I've proven what I'm about. That was too slow. He was too slow. Okay. So you can go too slow if you go to an extreme amount, but too fast is like, oh, you shouldn't be thinking about anything big in less than a year. And I would say times that by 3, actually. Oops. Food. What I eat fuels me. I eat the best foods accessible to me. I infuse my food with love and gratitude before eating, visualizing the nutrients I'm consuming and the love that went into growing and preparing this food. So we're not rushing through anything. We're not taking it for granted. We're not throwing the money around and buying lobster and doing whatever and then just ramming it down. We're like sitting and thinking, do you know what? That lobsters take, I don't know how many years a lobster takes to grow or what conditions it needs, but I'm sure they're very like specific conditions. I'm sure it takes at least a year or two. And then it's been transported very carefully. It's been prepared, in a restaurant kitchen by chefs, not by randoms. A lot of stuff's gone into preparing your food. Okay, whatever food it is, you can guarantee that. Whether it's someone picking your tea leaves, doing back-breaking work on the other side of the world, or I don't know, what else? Let me think of something. I tell you what's difficult, like growing crops. Growing any kind of crops and not having them be eaten by insects, cabbage whites, whatever it is. Getting the right weather is luck more than anything. It's all been like grown dutifully over long periods of time, and we just quickly ram everything down, don't we? We don't appreciate it, and we don't sit and think like what it's taken. I think this about savings and money that you've earned. how much work, how many hours, how much decision making has gone in to earning each pound in your bank account, and then you spend it so quickly, and it's like, that's hard-earned money. See, I don't think this is just about food. I think it's representative of like anything that's taken time to accrue, that's taken good due care and attention to accrue. You can get rid of it quickly, but it takes a long time to accrue it, so be careful. The other one is conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy, and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. Okay, let's get you a good fortune card. Embrace calm and clarity. Let your intuition guide you. Okay, so listen to your body. If you're getting really bad tummy aches, you're probably worried about something. You're probably not trusting your decision that you've made about something. If you feel calm, if you feel like, yeah, I can totally go for this, you're probably not having any symptoms in your body, okay, other than feel good feelings. So trust that intuition. It's there for a reason. Zero, 440. Oh my God. Are you joking? It says the gut feeling. Intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. That 3 of cups reversed freaked me out a bit, because when it said 3 is a crowd, do you understand the link? The lesson here is do right by others. Do as you would like done to you. Don't just see things from your perspective. Don't get too much in your ego. Don't be like, I'm the shit and they just need to live up to my expectations. Understand where this person's coming from, and understand their individual life experiences and what's happened before they met you. It's a sensible person now. It's a sensible person that's learnt to put up boundaries. So don't kind of scoff at them or get annoyed with them. Yes, you're someone to be with, but sometimes we need to scale back our own ego a little bit and just take a breath. Remember, like, this person lived a different life to us. So in the outcome, someone wants to move ahead, someone wants to invest, but I would say let's take it a little bit more slowly. I would say have meaningful conversations, do your research, okay? Because this person's not going to move ahead with anything that they feel is a gamble. They're not going to. They want a guarantee, not a gamble, okay? And that's going to be my title. Right. When are things going to get onto a better track with this person? Because I think you do want this person. When are things going to get better. Let it happen organically. Stop rushing things, refocus, no need to hurry. Does that clarify things for you? Slow your row, Aries, slow your row. Okay, if you liked this reading, if it resonates, give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, share it with anyone who you think this resonates with, if it's a friend or colleague, family member, whoever. And I'll see you in the next one. You've got intuition twice. You've got to like let your intuition guide you. If you feel like you could be going a little bit too fast, you get a little bit too ahead of yourself, slow it down. Okay, if you feel like it's throwing this person off and they're getting uncomfortable with how fast things are going, slow it down. So nothing wrong with that. Okay, you can go too fast. Very rarely you can go too slow. Okay, obviously if it's been 3 years plus, you know a person by then, they've proven themselves by then. So there's some sort of other reason that's more about yourself, isn't it? If you're still slowing things down, either it's not right or there's just something you're not prepared to compromise on. That's unfortunate, but give someone a chance to prove themselves and understand that they need you to prove yourself. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do Taurus next. I'm staying in zodiac order, and this one wanted me to do Cancer first, but I'm not going to, just because I like people to know where they stand. I don't like mixing the signs up and doing all that. I want people to like be able to know, she always does it like this, she always does it like that. Where's everyone watching from? I love to know where everyone's watching from. I think it's so cool. You're welcome, Cameron. If anyone's interested in a personal reading and they want to know their person's story, the exact reasons behind their person's actions, when something's going to be resolved, get a time in, you can email me on jen3585@gmail.com. It's in the description for the channel. You can private message on TikTok or IG. Readings are £18. They're very, very reasonable for 45 minutes. Love reading. You can also get readings for education, career, finance and health as well. They will be shorter, or like general past, present, future ones. They'll be shorter but no less valid. It's a love readings that are longer because I just like to get as much as I can for you. It would feel weird to give you any less, to be honest. Okay, on to Taurus. I don't answer personal questions in these lives. I can start to do live Q&As when I've got 4,000 watch hours. That'll probably be sometime next year. If you want a live Q&A, I suggest trying to find another channel, but you'll still need to pay for your question to be answered. It's normally like $10 or something. Otherwise, watch your sign and the sign of your person. It should answer your question for you, because if you follow what's going on with your sign and your person's sign, you'll begin to understand like where their head's at and where it's going and where it's been. Do you know what I mean? So you'll know the answer to your question then, really. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in this 4th week of October 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling, first of all, please. Are you watching from South Wales? That's cool. You're watching from France. I love that. Okay, Taurus, you're showing up as the Star card. Now, that could be healing, or it could be wish fulfillment. It's the major arcana for Aquarius, but it's healing and or wish fulfillment, and it's upright. I love that for you, Taurus. Something you've asked for is coming true, or something you thought you needed, you don't. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. Very healthy right now. What turned over then? Whoops. Anything else? Yes. Okay, so Taurus, you have got the Death card reversed, and you've got the 2 of Swords upright. You need to make a decision on something, some sort of unfinished business. Major arcana for Scorpio, but what it represents is unfinished business, a cycle that hasn't closed out, a chapter that's not over, a choice that needs to be made. Okay, 2 of Swords is like closed off body language, like, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to deal with it. So there is some sort of unfinished business. You're okay, but there's something unfinished, some, like loose ends that need to be tied up, something needs to be dealt with. Let's get one more for you. Someone left you out in the cold, or you're struggling with finances, or both. 5 of Pentacles. 5 is not good in tarot. Like five of Cups is grief, sadness, loss, regret. 5 of Wands is conflict, arguments, disagreements, mixed emotions about something. 5 of Swords is verbal disagreements, division with others. 5 of Pentacles is like a lack, a sense of lack, okay, whether that's money, time, energy from someone. This is 2 paupers in the snow looking at a church needing salvation. This is not a good place to be. Resonates. Resonates. Yeah. Okay, let's see who's showing up for you. Oof, what is going on here? We've got the King and Queen of Wands, both in the reverse. And we've got the 2 of Pentacles upright. We've got a divine pair, matching suits, King and Queen of Wands. This could be 2 people who are married, or it could be you and your person, and you're just very well matched. But whoever these people are, they're not upright, they're reversed. So although we've got a nice balance of feminine and masculine energy, the King and Queen of Wands, when they're reversed, is people that are impatient, people that are controlling, people that are dominant, they're domineering, they're feeling weak, they're feeling a loss of control, Okay, and it's about this sense of reciprocity, equal give and take, duality. One pentacle, or one ace of pentacles from the Queen of Wands, one ace of pentacles from the King of Wands. There's disagreement and dissatisfaction when it comes to reciprocity, and I don't know if this is your person and their person because they're married, or this is your person and you're just well matched, like, but to the point where you clash. It's giving like stubborn, it's giving like very stubborn, but let's keep going. It's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. When they're upright, the King and Queen of Wands, they would be very well matched, okay, because they're people that are passionate, go-getters, goal-orientated. They're a doer, they're someone that takes action. They create their own destiny, okay? They go about what they want and they get it done. Confident, assertive, good looking, lots of charisma. So the opposite of confident and having lots of charisma is being unconfident and a lack of charisma, weak, shrinking back, perhaps being tempestuous because we don't feel like we're in control, we don't feel like things are going our way. It's interesting. It's interesting that that's come out. Neither of you are happy if it is you and your person, or if it's them and someone that they're married to. Neither of them are happy. It's not like one person sat going, ah ha ha, I'm in my power, and they're all weak. It's not like that, is it? Both people, both parties are suffering, feeling a loss of control. Okay, here we go. Four of Wands reversed. The Four of Wands upright is a household. That is bricks and mortar. That is a marriage. It's the 1111 card. When it's upright, it's two people who are exclusive. They're together and everyone knows it. Everyone in the town, the village, the city, whatever it is, everyone in the neighbourhood knows these two people are rock solid. They're together. They run a home together. Decisions are made between them. This is stability. 1111 is wish fulfillment. It's like a rock solid commitment that everyone knows is like functional, highly functional, stable. 4's the most stable number in the tarot deck. When you reverse it, it's unstable, it's unstable. Instability within a household or a living situation, a connection, a marriage, something highly committed. This is like we live together and we are a pair, or we are a family, or we are in a marriage. That's reversed. So we're seeing a picture format here. Let's get one more for their side. I usually associate that with marriage or seriously, like you like have rent or bills or a mortgage together, like very, very serious union. There's a lack of recognition, success, victory. And again, we've got this even number of 6, equal give and take, 3 pentacles from one person, 3 pentacles from another person. This is time, money, and energy. Increments of time, money, and energy. someone wants it to be equal, someone wants it to be fair. This is a sense of justice, isn't it? What's right and wrong, what's balanced, what's fair, what's equal. There's a lack of victory, success, or recognition when it comes to what's fair in a divine union, in a living situation, or when it comes to a house. When it comes to a marriage, a serious commitment. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The 9 of Pentacles and the Judgment. There's a call to act when it comes to being okay with being single and abundant, being independent financially. 9 of Pentacles is I am single and I'm fine with it because I can pay my own way. I'm just fine as I am. If they were both upright, I'd say someone's like committing to staying single and independent and in their power. The challenge, it's in the challenge position, so it's like, am I codependent on this? Am I at the behest of this? Am I needy when it comes to this situation? It's very difficult, isn't it? So I don't know if that's you or them. I'd say it could be you as the single person. You're not showing up as a court card or an emperor or an empress, or someone who's in a union. They are. And it's crazy what's going on at the moment, like with that situation. There's arguments over legality to do with a house or a marriage or both. What's fair, what's just, what's equal, what's right, what's wrong. In the challenge position, we've got like, am I okay being independent or am I codependent on this? Let's get 2 more for the outcome. Thank you, Cameron. That's really kind. Thanks for popping in. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. See, that's like a withdrawal of investment, maybe backtracking a little bit. A knight is someone who's in active pursuit. They want to date with a view to that relationship becoming a committed one. Okay. Dating with a view to having a full-blown relationship where we spend time, money, and energy on that person, where we're exclusive with them, we're committed to them. You know, if all goes well, continuing to having a family together or getting a home together. And when it's reversed, it's like, I'm not going to commit to this, I'm not going to invest in it because I don't feel like I should right now. Like, I don't feel like I should or I can't. Okay, it's can't or won't. I don't know which one. Knight of Cups. This is like a very Romeo and Juliet vibe. It's like, I want my Romeo and no one else is going to do. I want my Juliet and no one else is going to do. You know, like there's a wistfulness There's a wanting. There's all the feels. But we're not going to put pentacles in baskets. We're not going to put eggs in baskets, because what's going to happen is we don't know if we're going to see a return on our investment. We don't know if it's bad timing. We don't know if it's going to be worth it. Okay, so let's get a new contact message from your person, Taurus. Emotional intimacy. I'm afraid to truly open up to you. Being raw and authentic with my emotions is something that I'm still working on. If you're dealing with someone who's going through a divorce or a separation, Taurus, they don't want you to see the wreckage. Okay, it's like going into an ER room and watching Resus, or, you know, going to an accident on a roadside and standing and watching. It's not pretty. Why would anyone wanna like a first kind of like hand view of that? No one would. Okay. It's uncomfortable, it's upsetting, and people don't want an audience. So that's what you got going on here with your person and the one that they're separating or divorcing from. It's uncomfortable, it's not pretty, and people don't want an audience. Okay. If it's you and them, they're struggling to communicate with you about it. I mean, if this is you and them and you're ending with someone, but I don't feel that's what it is. I feel like you are single, you are involved with someone who's going through a separation or divorce, and they like are really struggling to give you time, money, attention, because this is all going on. If they're shutting you out, it's because it's difficult for them to access the emotions genuinely, and they may not go to a good place if they do. Okay. What's the nature of the connection between Taurus and the one that's showing up for them, please? Open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. So we're being asked to open up our heart. I'm not sure if it's telling us to open up our heart to one another or be open to love from another direction. I don't know, Taurus. Okay. Let's get some more. Be more selfish. Wow, I don't like it when this comes out, because I feel like the person's shouting at me. Do you know what I mean? This person could be envious of the fact that you don't have to go through what they're going through. You haven't got the things to worry about that they've got to worry about. Or they could really want your support and they haven't asked for it. You know your person better than I do. If it doesn't make sense, just don't worry about that one. Let's get confessions from them. I self-sabotaged our connection. Yeah, this person could create distance between you, because then they haven't got to like cry in front of you, or they haven't got to lose their temper, they haven't got to be the jerk, they haven't got to be the bitch. They haven't got to show themselves as the worst version of themselves. they probably push you away and create distance consciously, because it's our ego trying to like save face. But also, if they're a little bit jealous that you haven't got all this mess to like sort out on your side, you know, like that can be hard to like hide sometimes. You may at times feel like you don't understand, or and it's not your fault. Like, just because you're not in that situation doesn't mean like that you can't try to understand, but it's you're not in their situation, you're not in their shoes. So, you know, they're probably like worried about projecting some anger onto you, some frustration onto you. What do we do when we're stressed? Like, if you had a shitty day in work, or some arseholes cut you up on the road, you get home and your family are there and you bite their head off, or you're short with them, or whatever. So maybe it's a good thing if this person's created a bit of space, a bit of distance, a bit of time between the two of you. Maybe they would have bitten your head off if they hadn't. I don't know. I would say that when anyone's going through this, they're not going to be quite level. They're not going to be quite balanced. They're not going to be able to predict their own emotions like in advance to protect you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they haven't really got that control, that predictability about things. They haven't got the luxury of making everything lovely and like, you know, airy fairy. Like, they can't do that. So maybe they're having to be more selfish and just deal with things as and when they can, deal with you as and when they can. And if they haven't, then maybe they can't, you know, like maybe they haven't got the capacity to do that. Maybe it's not just being a knob or a bitch. Maybe it's like they haven't got the capacity to like control their own emotions right now. Why have we got the King and Queen of Wands reversed? What was going on in this connection that this person was experiencing? Cuts both ways, good and bad aspects, mixed blessing, division. So it wasn't a terrible connection in this person's relationship. It was just sometimes they got on and sometimes they clashed. Okay. Mixed blessing. Obviously, there's like a silver lining. You never regret everything about a relationship. There's always good bits to it, but there's clearly some bad bits as well. It wasn't fully toxic, okay? That's what I mean. Looming agenda. You have different ideas about love and intimacy. Okay, so it's not saying you and this person. This is clarifying the relationship and I believe the marriage that they're leaving. They're currently going through a separation or a divorce. The issues within that marriage were that they had very different ideas about what makes intimacy, what makes love, okay, how to express love, how to express intimacy. So that could be opening up of feelings, it could be physical affection, gestures, anything up to, you know, how much to spend on each other, ideas of romance, ideas of respect. they haven't had a clear love language, okay, that kind of makes sense. There's been misunderstandings, there's been gaps, there's been distance, there's been, you know, emotional or physical or both distance between these two people, and at times the relationship's worked and at times it hasn't. Okay, so it wasn't never perfect, but it wasn't completely toxic either. Okay, it's a bit of both. something wasn't matched, you know, well, like initially, and then it's like they persevered with it anyway. And at times it's been fine, and at times it hasn't. Does that make sense? It's not like a karmic, I wouldn't say it's like a karmic situation or anything. It's just that they weren't fully a perfect match. Okay, so caution. Kick to the curb. Bad choices. A situation is about to explode. It's all kicking off between your person and their ex-person. And it could be to do with the behaviour and the conduct and the way that things have gone down for this ending. So if you and this person were involved and there was some sort of overlap, that's what this argument's about at the moment. That could have been exposed, it could have been found out, there could be an evidence or a confession or an accusation. But it's all like volatile. It's incredibly volatile at the moment between these two people that are separating, whether it's a divorce or a separation. It's volatile and it's about to get worse. Your person, the way they've handled it hasn't been great. Okay. They've made some bad decisions, which is what's going to inflame the situation. Push and pull, power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. Yeah, so again, there's like arguments between this king and queen of wands, power struggles, you know, butting heads, not seeing eye to eye, pop up, surprise visit, reaching out in person. I don't feel like that's got anything to do with you, because these are cards to clarify what's going on between them. This person could have been bamboozled by a certain phone call, drop in, visit. It could have thrown them right off if they weren't expecting this person to arrive at the house or ring them up or send a letter. Something's thrown them off, okay? God, sometimes people say, do you know what, I've changed my mind, I do want to stay together. Or do you know what, I've changed my mind, like I do want to split up. Or do you know what, I've changed my mind, I do want to change like what we signed. And I want certain like belongings or assets or visitation agreements, custody agreements. Do you know what? You know, something could have come up that's just thrown this person off completely, and that's why they haven't been in touch, or that's why they, you know, they haven't been, because you definitely felt like cut off and out in the cold here with time, money, and energy. So and you don't feel like you can invest, whether that's like because of your finances not being good, or you don't feel like this person's available or in any kind of position right now to be thinking that way. But you are like very emotional and you want to express emotion to them. Let's get the unspoken truth. Your heart's invested, but your pocket isn't. You know what I mean? Do you ever think of me too? Look at all this stuff to do with emotions. I self-sabotaged our connection. Open yourself to others. Emotional intimacy. Do you ever think about me too? Caution. Things are about to explode. There's a lot of emotions going on here. A lot of drama. I don't get like a calm vibe, like at all. It's very crazy right now. Maybe you're not aware, or you can't see it, or you're not in it. You might not be in the room, but trust and believe it's like fucking fireworks going off everywhere, explosions going off everywhere. One and hide under a table, one for cover. Ah, it's Liverpool Dan. Yeah. It's Sarah. You're gonna watch it on replay, definitely, because this is a long one, but you'll find out a lot. Intuition. Embrace your intuition and the power of the feminine divine. Trust your inner guidance. See, logic is different to emotion, isn't it? And creativity. Intuition's about trusting the divine, trusting your gut, the divine plan, having faith. Your body, if something isn't right, your body will tell you. You know, your jaw will be tense, your palms will be like sweaty, your fists will be clenched. You know, your rectal muscles will be like tight. Your chest will be tight, your heart will be racing, you get IBS, you know, in your tummy. Like, if something's really telling you this ain't right, this is wrong, listen to it. But if you feel generally safe and calm and like independent, and this isn't bothering you the way that, you know, it really could be, that's all right as well. Let's see if we can clarify anything else. Did we get one of these? Yeah, we did get one of them. It was being more selfish. Okay, so in their side of things, on their side of things, your person, they're trying to focus on themselves. They're trying to do shadow work. They're trying to just get through each hour of each day, because things are coming up at them. Challenges, unexpected things. Some things were expected, some things are unexpected. Okay, stuff they didn't anticipate, stuff that's like a curveball, it's throwing them off guard, throwing their emotions through a loop. They're really trying to just take care of themselves on a like very basic level. Not today, not dealing hurt, avoiding a conversation, a phone call, a person, trying to put up boundaries. Okay, still sorry, still angry. So that their emotions are all over the place. And so it's like I said before, a car accident or a murder scene, something really macabre, it's not nice for people to view, and no one wants anyone to see it. It's uncomfortable, it's upsetting, no one enjoys to look at it, so why would you? Do you know what I mean? So they're like pushing you away because they're really trying to like just survive, like on a very basic level. and they can't be in a good mood, they can't finesse everything, they can't be romantic, they haven't got that wherewithal, that capacity right now. There's too much bad stuff going on. The dragonfly, be light-hearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change and heal. This is someone that's trying to adapt, they're trying to find new routines, new ways of being. It's really hard for them. They're not coping with it most days. They're having to like forsake everyone else to put themselves first, because if they don't take care of themselves, who's going to take care of them? And then they're going to let people down. So it's like back to basics for this person, and it's going to take time for this to heal and grow and move forwards and progress, and new routines to develop, you know, like feelings to calm down, emotions to calm down, stability to ensue. That takes time. It's an evolution. Evolution doesn't happen in a few hours or a week. It's not on a deadline. It's something that evolves over long periods of time, significant periods of time. Hi, little bit. Anything else to help clarify, please? Air sign, Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. Okay, somewhere there's a Gemini, a Libra or an Aquarius involved in here. Let's get you some advice. Yeah, see, these are collective readings by zodiac sign. They're love readings. And you need to watch your sign or the sign of your person. Individual questions don't get answered in these lives, just so you know. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space, and whilst we can manifest through our own and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Conception is, you know, it's, you know, we call that when a baby's being created, don't we? And it's like a new chapter, a new book, a new event. Conception is the start of everything. It's a very important process that can't be rushed. It's miraculous. It's wondrous. This is a pivotal time. It's a time of change, the biggest change that anyone could anticipate, and it's bigger than us. It's bigger than, it's not something we can control, okay? Let's get a mindful message. Oh, you're a Cancer girl. Well, Cancer's getting done tonight. Conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy, and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. So what we can't control, we're going to surrender. Okay, we're going to accept. We're going to accept it. What we can control is how we spend our free time, what we spend our time thinking about and doing. And we're just gonna like do things that are good for us, okay? So you eat the right foods, you take good rest, you go to work, you book things in that are fun, you spend time with friends and family, you cross things off the bucket list, you focus on yourself and you can't go wrong. Okay, because this is not your shit to deal with. You can't control it. Does that make sense, Taurus? Conception is something that's not to be rushed. It's the most important process that there is in life. It's the start of new life. There's nothing more important than that. There's nothing more fragile than that. There's nothing more precious than that, okay? Your magical abilities are growing, so use them wisely. I don't know if that's your spirituality. I think it would be. You're able to manifest some really good things for yourself at the moment, Taurus, so focus on that. Ask for your angels to make it so. If you want this relationship, if you want better health, if you want a better job, if you want a better home, if there's anything that you want, if you want a business to be successful, like manifest it, put in your orders, be clear about what you want, surrender it to the universe. It's not about just saying it. You've got to do stuff. Obviously, you've got to start your business. Obviously, you've got to, if you want jobs, like apply for jobs or join an agency. But your hard work will be met with good luck from the universe. Okay. So whatever it is that you want for yourself, have a think about it and ask for it out loud. Take some practical steps. Your abilities are growing, so it's a waste if you don't. I've had to get up out of my seat to get this one. Bet on it. Okay, something is a sure win. Something is a sure win. Conscious focus, conception. Bet on it. It's in the bag. You don't need to worry about it. It's already in the bag. I need the toilet, but I'm going to get to the end. Let's get you an angel number. Ooh, 555, change. Encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially. Oh, this is scary. Guys, I'm starting a new job tomorrow. And I am scared. I am like, no, I'm glad more than anything. But you know what it's like. Everything's new, everything's different. Like, you're learning so much. You're like, oh, it's a bit scary. It's a bit overwhelming. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. That's cool. That's cool. Always remember why you're doing something. It's like, we're not putting ourselves through a driving test to just be stressed, you know, and then go home. We're putting ourselves through a driving test because at the end of it, we have a license. And with that license, we can drive a car. And with that car, we can go and get a good job. We can travel. We can flex. We can take people on dates. We can like go to the cinema with our friends. You get so much for doing that really scary, hard thing that you've worked towards for ages. You know, like you can apply it to anything, can't you? Like, we're not doing these things that are hard for nothing. We're going to get so much out the other end for doing it. So just have that in your mind where you're like, why am I doing this? So, when are we going to hear from this person? When is Taurus going to hear from this person, or when will things settle down? In about 6 months from now. Okay, so separations, divorces, whatever this person is having to deal with emotionally, financially, practically, it'll calm down in 6 months. And that seems like a long time, but it's not really, is it? When you're working, or when you're taking care of a family, or you have a very like full life. Yeah, even if you're like retired, if you have a very full life, that time goes fast, goes too fast. If anything, time, the older you get, the faster time goes, believe me. It feels like time is going 10 times faster than it was 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, it felt like time was going 10 times faster than it was 20 years before that. Do you know what I mean? When you're a kid, when you're like a kid in primary school, a year feels like 10 years. A summer feels like a year. Do you know what I mean? It's just, that's going to go really fast. So if you think this person's worth it, what all you got to do is wait 6 months and then things are going to start to get really good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Agreed. Do you know what I mean? If you had a guarantee that you just have to wait 6 months and then you get this person, would you say yes, or would you be like, nah, not doing that? I'll find someone else. Depends maybe how old you are and like how much life you've lived. I'm tired. I'm really tired of treating people like they're disposable and there's just going to be another one and there's just going to be another one. If 6 months is what I have to wait, then 6 months is what I have to wait. Do you know what I mean? Because the person's important to me. So you need to decide that for you, don't you? Conception. I'm going to leave that one on the top. I think that's so cool. Bet on it. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Take care, Taurus. If you liked this reading, if it resonates, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. Thank you to those that have been reposting and sharing the channel. I see every notification. I'm very aware how supportive people are of these channels on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next one. You're welcome to stick around for other signs or go and find readings from last week. It is up to you. I'm going to go to the toilet really quick and then I will go on to Gemini. It'll be Gemini and then Cancer. If you're interested in a personal reading, it's £18. Turnaround time is 40 hours. In fact, it's probably going to be less than that because it's half term next week. You can direct message on Instagram or TikTok, or you can email me on jen3585@gmail.com. That email address is in the channel description. You can pay by PayPal, or you can ask me to send you bank details. It's up to you, because I know some people said like they can't do PayPal in their country. If you want to see testimonials from people who've paid for personal readings, they're on my community page. I have very happy customers. People who feel like, like I understood their person completely, described them to a T, they got a bit more information, a bit more like hope, because they were given timings, or they understood why their person was being the way that they were. So yeah, so that's on the community page if you want to check that out. Otherwise, stay put. I'll be back in a minute after a very important essential loo break. Okay, so we're going on to Gemini. What time is it? 8:30. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this final week of October 2025 with regards to when they're thinking about dealing with or manifesting? 3 cards for how Gemini is feeling first of all, please. Right, Gemini, you're open to offers of love from others with the 4 of Cups reversed. The 4 of Cups upright would be closed off, okay, not wanting to have anyone flirt with us, not having like an idea that we want to go on, you know, a dating website or anything like this, not looking for love, quite closed off to love. With it being reversed, it's like you're open, yeah. This isn't personal questions, it's collective readings by zodiac sign, so you just watch your reading for your sign, or you can watch a sign of your person, or both. The Devil. Okay, so Gemini, you've got the Devil card upright. Major for Capricorn. However, the Devil is about obsession, infatuation, bad habits, toxicity. I don't know what it is that's you're open to love. Maybe you're obsessing over it a little bit. Let's see what else comes out for you. Right, in the challenge position, we've got the 10 of Swords. If the 10 of Swords was upright, it would be closure of a cycle, completion of a cycle. There's been very painful, very, very painful swords all the way up the body, one through the eye socket. Swords that are extra, just laying down at the side. 10 is the end, okay? 10 is the completion of a cycle that's just being hard. When it's reversed, we're dropping the pain, we're refusing to complete that cycle of pain. It was in the challenge position, wasn't it? So am I going to allow myself to continue seeing love in a negative way or obsessing about it? Is this going to be my story, like, to the end? Have I got to stay kind of distressed by the last relationship that I had? I'm wondering if that's the message. Let's get some cards for your person, the one that's showing up for you. Right, they've got the 3 of Cups reversed. To me, that's a love triangle that's being exposed, that's being ended. You know, when it's upright, it's ongoing. When it's reversed, we're ending it. I think they've stopped something that they're not happy to continue with because they don't feel like they're getting your undivided attention. I don't know why I want that in there, but I do. It's very important to the setup. Comes back. The Seven of Pentacles with the Moon reversed. We're reflecting on the past, what's been cultivated so far, and how, you know, when the moon's upright, the Fool realises that he must walk forwards anyway, even if it's scary. It's heavy water, heavy Pisces energy. It's about following your intuition to predict and navigate anything that could come up, you know, that's hidden. When the moon card's reversed, it's like fear has taken over us, and it's too scary and it's too much of a risk, and I don't want to go forwards with this. I think this person is like, I don't want to proceed because there's too much to lose, or it's too scary, or I don't know if I'm going to get treated right. I don't know if I'm going to get treated as a proper entity, or like I'm going to be kept in the dark over lots that's going on. Ten of Cups reversed. The Ten of Cups is about a family. It's about everyone in a family dynamic, each person, their cup being filled like with contentment, with emotional harmony, satisfaction. When it's reversed, there's disharmony within a household, that it's people within a household, like children or a partner. It's a family dynamic being divided, being dissatisfied, discontented. So much water, you know, cups, cups, cups. Mojo's here. How did you know? How did you know I was on Gemini? Let's get 3 for the outcome. So there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of discontent when it comes to a family dynamic. Someone's ending like a complicated situation or situationship. They're too fearful. Oh my god, that's weird, Cameron. Death card reversed. Major Arcana for Scorpio. Unfinished business. Lack of closure. Heartbreak with the 3 of Swords. Look at all that emotion. And the storm brewing. 6 of Wands is victory, success, recognition. 4 of Wands reversed is instability. Something's unstable when it comes to a marriage, a household, a house, a union. And the 10 of Pentacles, which is like savings, income, savings, assets, lasting generational wealth. 10 of Pentacles is upright. We're definitely dealing with a marriage, a home, a family, assets, stability, wealth, heartbreak, lack of closure. I'm so snuffly, I hate it. I would just love to have normal nasal passages and a normal chest, normal throat. We can't have it all. I have to be abnormal in that area instead. Why does cranberry juice taste like it doesn't want to be wet? I hate, yeah, why is cranberry juice so dry? It's so weird. I don't think it should be a drink, honestly. Two of Wands with the Star. So there's a planning phase, and this is very healing. Major Arcana for Aquarius. You know, water cleanses us, it purifies us, it heals us. It absolves us of past events, past trauma, past actions. This is someone that needs to choose, like, what am I going to do next? What's my plan? A or B, left or right, stay or go. What's next for me? Because there's a lot of heartbreak, a lack of closure, and it's to do with family. It's to do with money, property, legalities. See how there's a lack of closure here with the Ten of Swords in the challenge? If that was upright, you think, okay, completion, like completion of a cycle, completion of a chapter. If we had Eight of Cups, we'd think completion of a connection, someone's walking away, a tower, nothing's going to be the same again. We have got Three of Swords, so there was heartbreak. But that 10 is in the challenge, that pain, that painful cycle. And then they've got the Ten of Cups reversed, which is like unhappy family dynamics. The Moon reversed, like paralyzed with fear. And it's like, I don't want to proceed with like a situation that's just not conducive to a healthy connection. With that Three of Cups reverse, it's like, I'm not doing it. It's like, this has been like showing up for as long as I can remember for you, Gemini. Like, let's get one more for the outcome. I'd love to get something different for you. I would love to. There you go. That's the personality of the dog, is to just chew everything up in a way that makes no sense. It's nonsensical. Five of Cups reversed. Five of Cups upright is like grief, sadness, loss, regret. It's a card of grieving, literally, for someone that's died, or for the end of a relationship which feels like someone's died. That's reversed, so there's recovery from that. We've literally got, in the outcome, we've got the Three of Swords, then we've got the Star card and a planning phase, and we've got recovery from grief. So it's a healing phase. It's to do with a family connection. Closure of emotions. Oh my God, look at this. Let me go. You deserve all the good things in this world, and right now, I'm not in a space to give you the type of connection you deserve. Live your life and let me go. That's what they would say to you. What's the nature of this connection, please? That's so weird how those cards come out like that. It just freaks me out. Be optimistic. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. So it feels like, this is a weird way to put it, but you know, like when someone's really, really busy because they're a parent and they have children and like they've tried to put you on their roster. Everything's timetabled to the max. Like the fridge has got like timetables on it for school, for like work, for, you know, family events. And they've tried to like fit you in, and it just feels like they can't. They can't do it. There's not space on the roster. And it could be their negativity, or it is just literally bad timing, but they're like, I can't do right by you. Like, I literally can't do it. They could be a Pisces, they don't have to be, just because the moon card is there, but that could just be, you know, what that represents, which is like they're overwhelmed with fear. They could be an Aquarius, they don't have to be because of star cards and the outcome, but there's so much, like, it's so much water, like. You are so beautiful, why do you need me? It's not that they don't want to. It's like, it's too messy, it's too hectic, it's too, like... We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more to understand this. Let's get confessions from them. I want to talk to you, but I don't know what to say. Let me go. I want to talk to you, but I don't know what to say. I can't give you the type of connection that you deserve. If it's not their kids, then it's their parents or it's their someone. Something's not conducive to this. Sneaky snake. Going behind your back, deceitful swindler. I am worried about that 3 of Cups there. Because that's like a third party card. I hope this makes sense to someone that's watching. I'm like trying to piece the puzzle together here. Wishful thinking, having lofty ideals leads to a letdown. Be realistic. Celestial grace. In special moments, feel the blessed touch of the divine guiding your path. So it's not, it's like I said, it's not for lack of want, but they can't. There's fear. They can't give you the connection that you deserve, like if it's time that you need, or you know, their full focus, they can't give it to you. And it's like their commitments, they're like, let's try and get more, let's see what else is going on. Recording, announcing, expressing, revealing truth. Let's get broken mirror cards. Infatuation, denial, obsession, attraction. Oh my god. Is this person already taken? Because why would they have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups? Denial, obsession, attraction. Let me go. I can't give you what you deserve. Oh my god. I don't know if these meant to come off or not. Egg on their face, ashamed, backfired, got caught. Red flags, signs, cheating, deception, shit. Shit. This could have got exposed, like their person that they live with, that they have children with, that they have savings with, they have assets with. The person they're completely like bound to has found out that they were involved with you. They found out, like, that's what it's telling me. This person got exposed. They didn't expose it or finish it. It got exposed. And they could not help themselves, like, but they can't give you, like, what you deserve. You started to open up your heart to them. You knew it was toxic, but you did it anyway. And then it's like, is this the end? And now you're trying to heal and find your future. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to make a plan for yourself now, because it's done, you know. Having lofty ideals is about like illusions, you know, fantasies. Like, we're not really living in the real world, we're just like enjoying the diversion, the distraction. Even starting to, like, you know, think, oh, could it be like this or could it be like that, but from the safety of staying where you are. That's not fair. So they're going to lose everything. They're going to lose the person that they've got, with the home that they've got and the assets that they've built up, and they're going to lose you as well. Well, they know they don't really deserve you. You play with fire, you get your fingers burnt, isn't it? Let's get the unspoken truth. There are things I never got the chance to tell you. Yeah, this always comes out when it's like third party. Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. Okay, so they don't get to keep you in a little cage and you enjoy like they didn't get to like enjoy you just being there waiting for them. You know, you're not like in the sidecar of their like life. You're a person and you deserve to build a future with someone, and they thought that you would just like be like their add-on, you know, they have to like that they get to enjoy and keep and like have as theirs, but you're not theirs. Like you were there by choice and you can leave by choice. I don't think people like, I'm not saying people do this in a nasty way. I think they just feel like they're in their own cage and say they'll have a cage within a cage, you know, and have you in it as well. Because they don't feel like they're like free. They're not free either. They're also that bird in that cage in their minds. Do you know what I mean? Like they've made their bed, they've got a lie in it, but why not have a little something like to sweeten the deal? Do you know what I mean? It's like their way of carrying on. Um, I don't think any of that is planned. I think it's how life goes sometimes. Because we tend to villainize people, but it is what it is. Like, I don't think anyone really knows that much what they're doing, in all honesty. You cannot fail. Be optimistic. Let me go. It cannot fail. I mean, look, this, you know, in the outcome, we've got healing and we've got like planning for like whatever we want for ourselves next. Like, that's what can't fail. What do I need to do now? I need to get advice, don't I? Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. It's your time to manifest, guys. This is a birth now. A birth is going to happen of what you decide right now. It's a very important time for you. It's a very exciting time for you. Let's get advice. Well, this is not advice, this is a good fortune card, so. Oh, look, the universe is showering you with good fortune. A loved one from the past will re-enter your life. A hidden talent will bring you great success. A time of great change is upon you, so trust the process. Magic flows where intention goes. Manifest your dreams. A mystical revelation will bring you clarity. A forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. You got a lot of prosperity, luck, fantastic times ahead. It's time to manifest. Trust the process. You got hidden talents, and someone from the past is going to re-enter your life. So there's loads going on for you, Gemini. 7777 perseverance, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever is taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Okay, so the universe is urging you to continue. You know, you've been through it, but this is a very important time. So manifest what you want. You're in a planning phase, and there's so much good that's about to take place. It cannot fail. Okay, it cannot fail. Do you want me to get a time in for when you're going to get new love? Let's see if it'll tell us. I mean, you kind of got to know what you want before the universe can bring it in. It's like, you know, when you go up to a drive-through and they say, what do you want? You say, I don't know. Okay, then. Nothing's going to come, is it? Because they don't know what to give you. So you're at the celestial drive-through, so have a little think about what you want, what qualities you want in a person. How do you envisage your life and being content with it? Like, what does that look like? What would that require? Ask for a little bit of a boost. Summertime. Nice. I think that's about right, you know. If you ever think about what you want now, in less than a year, it'll start to come into fruition. But if you don't know what you want, how can the universe serve it up to you? Do you know what I mean? So have a little think about it. There might be a good place to start sometimes is like what I definitely don't want again. Because we're usually very clear about that after getting over something. We're like, well, I don't want that again. I don't want something unreliable. I don't want a liar. I don't want someone that barely communicates. I don't want someone who hasn't got their own money. Do you know what I mean? Like, have a think about what you don't want if you don't know what you do want. I need liquids. I really do need liquids. If this resonates, please give it a like. Please share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. And I'll see you in the next one, Gemini. I'm sure you've had that hidden talent one a few times, you know. You've had like messages of prosperity and hidden talents. I think you might have had the one about someone returning from the past before as well. I'm sure you have. But it wouldn't be this person, it would be someone else. Because they wouldn't bother telling us that otherwise. The celestial drive-through, that's what it's like. It doesn't know what to give you if you don't know what you want. My nan used to, my nan, when we went to a restaurant, she'd say, what do I want? And everyone would look at each other like, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. We'll all just sit here until you know what you want. Like, what do I want? Only you know that, is it? I'm gonna have to get liquids. I can't get through another sign without liquids. Okay, so we're going on to Cancer. Cancer's going to be the last one of the evening. Start my new job tomorrow. Gotta get up very early, the earliest I've ever got up for a commute. And as part of my speed awareness course today, I promise to be more sensible with my bedtimes and getting up earlier, giving more time for my journeys so that I can be a safer driver. So yeah. We can't afford any more speeding tickets. I mean, in 20 years of driving, that's only the second, like, speeding ticket that I've ever had. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Thanks, Mojo. I love it when it's like you're all cozy inside and you can hear the rain on the window and it's just, it's like a nice feeling, isn't it? Like cozy. I won't be liking it when I go out tomorrow. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm all prepared. I've got my winter coats down. I've got my umbrella. I've got winter boots. That's the key. Be prepared. Getting the car service, so we'll be all ready for winter. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in this final week of October 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Cancer's feeling, please. Does that mean I'm responsible for the 3%? Bye, Cameron. 97% of accidents are caused by man. What just happened? Did I put the cards back in? I don't know what happened then. I just wish that in the morning, you know, like everyone's rushing, everyone's trying to get to work. I can't stand people that tailgate and undertake and like they're very aggressive. They're clearly doing like reckless speeds, like absolutely reckless, but they're tailgating and like, you know, they nose their cars on like your backside. And it's like I've technically got a few mile an hour in front of a speed camera because we're going through a place that I don't frequent. So I didn't know the speed camera was there, but like I'm not that. Do you know what I mean? And it's like they do make you feel like shit. But okay, like maybe it stops me from having a worse accident. Maybe this is a good warning. But there's people that are absolutely fucking reckless, like they're ruthless on the roads in the morning. Like you're like stressed by the time you get to work from your bloody journey, aren't you? It's not really the most stressful part of your day. Shouldn't be the drive to and from your job, but it is like these days. So I think there should be like more cars like patrolling, you know, for dangerous drivers. I do think there should be more cars patrolling for dangerous driving, as opposed to like technically being a couple of miles an hour. faster than the limit, because that's... Anyway, I'm sure a lot of people share that opinion. Six of Cups reversed with the Lovers upright and the Three of Pentacles reversed. Three percent are caused by women drivers. I stepped out of the corporate world in 2008 to work for myself at home, traffic issues solved, and I made more money. That's what I plan to do, Mojo. Just not be in rush hour, not be in the rat race. Yeah, like different lifestyle, like getting paid for doing a good job, not working all the hours God sends, and not being stuck in rush hour. I tell you what makes a difference as well. I started to do my pottery course on one night a week, and after the pottery course, because that's straight after work, when I then drove home and the streets were like empty, my God, you get home in a fraction of the time, you're calm, you haven't risked your life to like drive home, no one's taking any awful chances because there's no one in a foul mood. It's well better if you can find somewhere to go straight after work. Let all the traffic go and then drive home. My God, the difference. The difference. Honestly, I think you'd save petrol as well because you're not sat in traffic. But yeah, like that was an eye-opener, that. Like, if you can think of a way to avoid like rush hour, do it. Your life would be different. Your life would be different. Happy hour, yeah. Happy hour. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Six of Cups reversed, the Lovers upright, the Three of Pentacles reversed. This is due to the lack of cooperation. The soulmate. You could be sorry, I wish my voice wasn't all like claggy. You could be a Gemini, Cancer, cusper, because we've got the major arcana for Gemini. But this does look like the loss of a soulmate connection, and it's to do with the lack of cooperation. See, what confuses me is these two cards are very similar. This one is like nostalgia built up over the years. Each cup represents like a period of time where good feelings have been created and are savoured, and it's like feelings of nostalgia, like feeling lucky because we've met a soulmate and we have many good memories with them over years and years. If that was reversed, I could say like maybe they weren't a soulmate, or maybe we've lost a soulmate. With the Lovers, when it's upright, it's two people who signed a love contract in the 5D. So before becoming a human being on planet Earth, you were already destined to meet and have a loving relationship, and you're very well matched. When it's reversed, one person is in love and the other one isn't, and so it's not destined. That's upright, so it confuses me that it's upright with that one reversed. But there is a lack of cooperation, because 3 is a number of community. It's about teamwork, collaboration, coming together to achieve good things, group work, teamwork, community, or just a sense of cooperation generally with a partner. That's reversed, isn't it? So perhaps you feel like you've been unlucky, when it comes to soulmates. You felt a lack of cooperation, lack of teamwork, like you're here, you're ready to go, but you're just not getting that person, that thing that you're supposed to get in your time on planet Earth. Let's get a couple more. The Star card, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Right, I look at them both ways. Sometimes it gives the same message. If the Knight of Wands was upright, it'd be like a player energy, like someone that's very passionate, someone that's actively pursuing someone in a very sexual way. You know, passionate, spontaneous, fast moving, doing what feels good in the moment. Queen of Wands reversed. Well, when it's upright, it's someone who's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, heavy Sagittarius. Someone who's confident, good looking, seductive, knows what they want, goes for it, assertive. When it's reversed, it's someone who's like those qualities but negatively accented. So if you think of a pendulum, on the one hand they could be unconfident, unassertive, someone that doesn't go for what they want, or they could be overbearing, domineering, controlling, overly lusty, flirty. It's something negative, but I don't know in which direction, if it's like a weakness or overbearing, if it's lack of libido or overly passionate, if it's you know, deflated or angry. Like, I don't know which way it is, but that combined with spontaneity is a bit concerning, isn't it? Like spontaneous, passionate, in the moment decision making. The Star card. The Star card is major arcana for Aquarius. It's healing and wish fulfillment. I don't get a healing vibe from this, so I'd say there's something that someone really wants, and they're going for it with all their might, and they're prepared to like push people around to get it. That's what I'd say, because the combination together, it doesn't make sense, like if you fit it any other way. Cancer, I'm thrown off, because for a minute I thought they were the cards of your person, because that just doesn't seem like a Cancer spread, does it? Like spontaneous. No, you're strategic, you're defensive, and if anything. Overbearing, domineering, like absolutely not. You're very low key. This feels more like you, like watery, cooperative. That this is like, I'm gonna push people to the side and I'm gonna go for what I want, because I've got to do that to get what I desire. And it's just not like a Cancer thing to be like that, like at all. I'm not saying you can't be determined. I'm not saying you can't be someone that has goals, but that's very It's very unusual. You'll be reviewing the soul contracts with a celestial lawyer when you get back, but after you stop by the celestial drive-thru. It's making me want a McDonald's. That's really bad, isn't it? Right, we've got the Five of Pentacles as the challenge. You're just like, you're so over like the wait. Can't say you just like what am I waiting for? Like what I'm waiting for other people to not be jerks or like bitches. Like what am I waiting for? I think you are ready to take the bull by the horns as soon as you see one. How could I word it? You're gonna saddle this person up. What do they call it? Like breaking them in? Like when you get some sort of wild animal and you break it. I feel like you're just ready to do that. I feel like you're just like, what the hell? I'm just gonna grab this like lasso. I'm gonna like get this wild animal and I'm just gonna break it and I'm gonna like saddle it up and make it mine. Like I just feel like you're so over, waiting, letting things be organic. You're so over it because it's just not worked so far. Let's see who's showing up for you. Someone be like, what the hell is this chick on about? But that's what I worry about. And then people are like, no, that's exactly the situation. Oh God, what have we got here? The Sun card reversed with the Three of Cups upright. Oh. The Sun card is a major arcana for Leo. When it's upright, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling, with the sun shining behind it. That is like a soul that doesn't care about anything. They're not hung up on ego, like what their body looks like in that moment. They're not worried about paying a mortgage. They're not worried about how they perform in work. They're not worried about being a great partner or a great father or a great mother. They don't give a shit about anything. It's a baby. Like, they don't have to worry about stuff like that. See, that's why the Sun card is about being carefree. Living your life with like wild abandon, not really having any burdens. When it's reversed, we're not so carefree. We are bothered. Okay, we are bothered. We have some burdens. The Three of Cups is a third party dynamic. Two Cups is each person offering the other cup of love. It's mutually falling in love at the beginning stages of dating. Three of Cups is a relationship or love connection, and one of you has invited another person into the connection, okay, and is cheating. So there's some burden that comes with that. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Cups is someone who has feelings for a person. When it's upright, the Knight of Cups is someone that's in active pursuit. They want that person to know how they feel about them. Like, I want Romeo and it has to be Romeo, or I want Juliet and it has to be Juliet. It can't be anyone else. It's that, like, it's about emotions and wanting that particular person and wanting to make them yours. It's not practical. It's not sex-based. It's emotional. When it's reversed, we've got those emotions for someone, but we're not pursuing them. So someone's burdened by this third party scenario and they're not pursuing it anymore. In the challenge position, we've got the King of Swords and the Five of Pentacles was already there, wasn't it? Sorry. The King of Swords in the challenge position. The King of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy Aquarian energy. The King of Swords is one who's intellectual. They deal with knowledge. They do their research. They move with a strategy. You know, life is a chess game to a King of Swords. They're not going to make decisions on a whim. They're not going to be foolish. They're sat in their power. They're, you know, with the sword in front of their face, like body language is closed off, like move wisely, you know, come towards me in a way that's truthful, honest, open. I want honest, truthful communication. I will give you honest, truthful communication so long as that's the right thing. If it was reversed, you know, it'd be someone who's not honest or someone who's not communicative, manipulating facts, manipulating information, using research against us. But upright, it's a humanitarian person. You know, they're about justice, they're about truth, communication, moving wisely. So that's the challenge. For some reason, that's the challenge. Moving honestly, moving in a way that's intelligent. They're not communicating emotions, they're not pursuing anymore because it's burdensome. Having a complex situationship is highly burdensome. In the outcome, we've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. The Ten of Pentacles upright is lasting generational wealth. It's to do with a family. Two incomes are put together, two sets of savings, assets, money for children, money for children's children, money for parents, pets. When it's reversed, usually the pentacles are falling out of the wallet, so someone's withdrawing investment, divorce, separation. Let's get two more for the outcome. It's worth noting as well that the Queen of Wands card can be the other man or the other woman. So Cancer, I'm not saying this is the situation because I don't know, but according to the tarot, you could be the other man or the other woman, and you could feel like this was your soulmate and they can't continue with this because it's burdensome. They already have a family. They have feelings for you, but they're not pursuing them. It's too burdensome, it's too complex to do everything at the same time, okay? So they want to be truthful, they want to live their life in a way that's just, that's fair, that's honest, that's truthful. They don't want to have all these secrets. This one tells me that they're going to withdraw from the financial agreements that they're bound into. The Empress reversed, the Hermit upright, and the Magician upright. Someone's going inward, okay? In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk this part of the journey alone. The answers lie within him. Only he knows what he wants. Only he knows the way forward. Only he knows his part and the part of the other person. You can't get answers from other people when it comes to what do I want for myself. You can't ask anyone else. You have to look within. It's the major for Virgo. It's shadow work. It's very, very deep introspection, isolation. The Empress reversed is all four queens. She's the highest status in the tarot deck. She's equal to the Emperor. She attracts, she does not chase. She is highly abundant. She can regenerate herself from zero as many times as she needs to. It doesn't mean that life is easy for an Empress. It means that she can hit rock bottom and become whole again. Okay, and she can do that as many times as she needs to. It's the Major Arcana shared by Libra and Taurus. There is light shining out from her, okay? There's wheat fields, there's orchards. She's picked fruit, she's abundant, she's pregnant with ideas, pregnant with possibility. Wherever she goes, she can rebuild. This person does not feel good. They don't feel good at the moment. They don't feel good where they are. It's causing them to reflect and go into deep shadow work, deep introspection, isolation from others. Now they've got the Magician card. This is all four aces. So this is someone that believes that they can make wish fulfillment. Whatever that they desire, they can make it so. They've got the tools to make it so. If the Magician card is reversed, it's someone that feels like it's permanently stormy in their life, like someone's raining on their parade, like their dreams are never going to come true. They don't have the tools to succeed. This person has been looking inward and they now know what it is that they want, and they believe that they can turn their dream, their goal, their ambition, their desire into a reality. They think that they can do this now. Let's get one more for the outcome. Oh my god, the King of Wands. We've got the Queen and the King of Wands. We've got divine counterparts. We've got the Lovers, divine counterparts. Do you understand? Like, you two signed a soul contract in the 5D. This connection has not had luck so far. There's been a lack of cooperation. But you are two people that are supposed you're supposed to have a relationship. If you don't have one in this lifetime, you'll have it in the next. Was the King of Wands upright or reversed? When the King of Wands is upright, it's someone who's taking leadership, they're taking control. Masculine energy with the King. Whether they're male or female, this person knows what they want. They've got a goal and they're going to go for it. This is taking action. And it's not being done spontaneously. It's being done with a lot of thought, from a place of calm, a place of patience, but a place of deep desire and ambition. You know what it means if you smack Dwayne Johnson in the butt? I have no idea what that means. What does that mean? That's when you know you've hit rock bottom. Right, let's get a new contact message from them. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. Now, do you remember that they're currently preparing themselves to withdraw from their joint finances with another person, with the person they're married to, the person they live with? They know, okay, that they've got to prepare themselves for this exit plan. What's the nature of the connection between Cancer and the one that they are wondering about? I just didn't know what to say to it. I didn't know what to say to that, Jojo. I don't think there is a response for that. Balance. There needs to be a healthy balance. A physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be sustainable. The emotional currency of this relationship, this person wants to solve the balance, okay? They want to reconcile the disagreements. They want to adjust finances accordingly and make preparations so that this can all be like fair and balanced and boxed off. They don't want to be in debt emotionally to you because they're mistreating you, or they don't want to live in a way that's not authentically, because again, this is going to put us emotionally in debt, isn't it? Like, it's like a lack of authenticity. Karmically, it's not right. Ethically, it's not right. Practically, it's a fucking headache and a half. Like, that's not sustainable. If we're looking at sustainability, you know, withdrawing from a connection you're no longer happy in and tidying up everything that way, and then becoming free to explore a new connection is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. It's the practical thing to do. It's the ethical, moral, spiritual thing to do. It's the authentic thing to do. It's just, this is what they're doing. You know, it's the housekeeping. It's good housekeeping. You know, like in work, like part of your role, it doesn't matter what you fucking do, you've always got to like have like a stipulation where like, and good housekeeping is like essential. This is like spiritual good housekeeping. This is what this is. Taking care of like loose ends, tying things up, going about life in a way that is methodical, that's ethical, that's practical. Your Cancer Venus. I did work out my placements, but I need to look at them again. I'll do it over half term. Won't do it tonight because I promised my speed awareness course provider that I wouldn't. I will go to sleep at a reasonable hour and not distract myself. Right. Oh my God. 1111 card. This love scares me. I would take that as Gemini the twins. I would take it as 1111 as well, like the Four of Wands. This love scares me. They know that you're supposed to have a soul contract, a soul tie. Bloody hell. It's a bit mind-blowing, this, isn't it? Look, in the outcome, they're the magician. They're going to create what they want. They've had a really good think about it, and they're in their power. They're going to make it so. They're withdrawing finances. They're looking at their exit plan. See, why aren't they happy where they are then? That's what I want to know. Why did they notice you to start with? Vicious circle. Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, and no-win situation. So they're not into the situation that they're in. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance diva. Someone's got very high standards. They like the money. They like things to be shipshape. They like, being the boss of the house. Sneaky snake, going behind your back, deceitful swindler. I don't know if their person cheated or there's just trust issues between the two of them. But this is like what I've asked for, is to know why this person wants to leave the connection that they're in. So there could be a lack of trust. One person could be very demanding, and there could be a pattern of, relationship bad habits, toxicity. That's what it's telling me. Tantric sex. Wasn't expecting that one to come out. Isn't tantric sex where you don't actually have sex? It's all about the waiting and the build-up. Either these people didn't have a sex life, like they just weren't, right? Or this person is like tantric over you, like they consider the build-up better than even better than the actual act itself. Like the anticipation, the waiting, the fact that you can't be together, the fact that when you are together, it's amazing. These long periods apart, it's either they're not consummating their relationship and haven't been for years, or, they don't have to. Yeah, someone was saying, oh, why has it got Buddha? Because Buddha doesn't have sex. Well, maybe that's the point. Look at these people. Do they look like they're craving sex? No. They have an emotional connection. They feel at peace just by hugging. It's more of a psychic connection. So maybe this person feels more connected to you when you're not even sleeping together than they do with the person they live with. Does that make sense? Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Was that the hidden futures? That's what lies beneath. Make it rain. Manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favour. Unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. Make it rain. That's interesting, isn't it? Legal matters in your favour. Because the others wouldn't really fit. This is definitely a situation where assets are tied up together. They said they were focused on money, financial stability, career and finances. Maybe they're like going for a promotion in work to try and, well, they're starting a side hustle to try and create like wealth on top of what they already earn to solve this issue of like, how do I exit? How do I leave? How do I withdraw my pentacles? They could be a Libra or a Taurus, they don't have to be. They could be a Virgo, they don't have to be. They could be an air sign or a fire sign, they don't have to be. Could have Leo in the chart. Let's get the unspoken truth. Every person who leaves takes away something you no longer need. Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. I usually get that with third party. I usually get that with third party situations where the person is already taken and they've tried to keep you in your place, like they've tried to live both lives, like as a single, meeting someone that they've fallen in love with, and then someone that's also married and taken. That's what I usually get. And then they're learning to let go. They're learning to let go of what no longer serves them. The connection's done, it's done. You can try to live in it and try to wear it and see how it feels for the next 5 years. But after a year and a half, 2 years, you're probably going to realise, like, this isn't making me happy, and I've lost the person that I really like as well. I don't know why that person wrote that stuff. Like, I didn't understand it, and then they just deleted it anyway. We'll just hide them because I don't know what they're on about. It's just distracting. Okay, I didn't get confessions. See, this will be juicy. Let's get some confessions. I'm obsessed with you. Oh my God. You've not, Cancer, like, you've not left this person's focus. This love scares me. I'm obsessed with you. I've realised that love isn't possession, that I don't need to hold on to things that are no longer serving me. I'm focused on career and finances. I'm the magician. I'm going to make what I want, and I've really thought about it. I'm going to make what I want a reality. Leadership. Fucking hell. Reconsider your approach. Okay, so instead of keeping you on the side, keeping you in a cage and trying to have you as an add-on to their life, they're actually going to prioritize you, okay? Which means releasing themselves from where they are. They've got to do it strategically. They could leave themselves completely destitute if they don't, okay? So it's going to take some preparation and some work, some dedication. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to pull out from clarification. They feel the connection. They feel the authenticity of this connection and how real it is, and they want to honour it. Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. Someone that's passed away wants this person to have this connection. They know that they weren't happy where they were. Okay, someone they've lost knows that they weren't happy where they were, so they're sort of like giving them the strength to do this. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I don't know if they were betrayed or they're just upset and it feels like being stabbed in the back. I don't know. But we had that, remember we had that vicious circle card? Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, and no-win situation. Someone was very demanding. So they could have genuinely gone into this like with the right intentions. And let's be honest, most people do. Unless you're a sociopath or something. That's my alarm saying like I need to go to bed. Oh my god, I need to hurry up. Not go to bed, but start like preparations for getting ready for bed. Oh, this is a new me. I will be up till stupid o'clock, right? Yeah, like, so it wasn't meant for them, the connection that they were in, and they've kind of done a lot of soul searching, and will continue to do that over the coming weeks. They're getting their finances in order, okay, and they're ready to manifest a life with you. They're not doing it on a whim. They've thought about it, and they're ready to take action. So when you feel like nothing's happening and everything's stagnant, that's not the case, okay? It's just that you're not a fly on the wall, so you're not seeing it all going on. Okay, let's get you advice, and then I'm going to run a bath and do what I said I was going to do. Ooh, crown chakra. That rarely comes out, guys. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Allow yourself to believe again. Don't be negative. Don't decide that nothing happens for a reason, everything's shit, nothing makes any sense, nothing's changing. Don't tell yourself any of these things because it's not true. Rebuild your faith in spirit and the divine. There is a plan. This is a contract that's bigger than you. Your life, as you know it in the 3D as a human being, is minuscule compared to the wider plan, compared to the ether, compared to the cosmos, compared to like the 5D. This is like nothing compared to that. So this was a contract that was already signed. It's meant to be. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong. Okay, so allow yourself to regain your faith, your trust in the divine plan. You're a part of this. You're not separate to it. You're in here, connected to everything, and this is part of the plan. So you need to regain your trust in that. Somewhere along the way, you lost your trust. Solar plexus chakra, okay? So that's all about being assertive, deciding what it is that you want and going for it, making it so. Being the magician, Yeah, someone that's got all the tools to succeed. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution to the whole is. Okay, so my contribution is valid, I'm important, okay, and I make decisions and I believe, and things happen because they're supposed to, they come together. I'm in control, this is my life. And reframe it, you know, because you framed it in a way that you're a victim, you framed it in a way that you don't get anything that you want, you framed it in a way that you've lost control, you don't know where things are going, and that's not reality, that's a fear mindset, it's anxiety, it's fear, it's not reality, and that fear comes from a complete abandonment of your trust in the divine plan and in your own personal power and what you want for yourself, okay? So undo like those kind of thoughts and like what you've gone to and come back to this. And come back to this. Okay? Because that's the vibe that they're moving into. So it's where you need to move into as well. Think about what you want. Say, universe, if I'm supposed to be with this person, if we're meant to be together, make it so. Okay, I am ready. It's not about forcing anyone to be with us or trying to control someone else's free will. But if they want to be with us and we're supposed to be together, make it so. When are you going to hear from this person? When's Cancer going to hear from this person? Release any attachment to timing. We've had that a lot tonight. Okay, so you're just going to have to surrender it. Ask what you want and then surrender it and say, surrender it. The universe will make it so. Let's get you a good luck card. Whoops. You got a bonus one there. Magic flows where intention goes. Manifest your dreams. That's nice because we've got the Magician as well. A forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. Something you already asked for a while ago, up to a year ago. It's about to come true for you. I keep forgetting to do these ones. Balance. Didn't you have that already? You have? Look. That's freaky. You got balance twice. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I have found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. You don't always need to be around others, okay? You know what I did when I was at feeling well this weekend? I watched Bond movies back to back and I had a blast. I was loving it, like Daniel Craig. Oh, every movie he did, except the last one. I didn't watch the end because that makes me feel sad. But allow yourself to escape, to feel happy, like find things that you enjoy. I do my business with my tarot, not because I need to, I enjoy it and it helps me and it's mine. It's not anyone else's, no one's a part of this except for me. I enjoy it, it helps me. I like to help other people, it's fun. You know, I get to like be all creative and shit. I've got loads of hobbies. Like I've been in the darkest times and I've had to dig myself out by my fucking claws. Okay? So you do that not because you're around people all the time, but because you find stuff that makes you tick. Like you enjoy reading about art, or you enjoy painting, or you enjoy pottery, or you enjoy, and life is a big discovery. It's not about just what your relationship status is, or what job you have, or ego driven stuff like that. You need creative outlets, you need stuff that is fulfilling. You need, having spirituality, discovering that I can read tarot, and that other tarot readers have successfully explained the narrative of what's playing out in my life and the life of my person is mind-blowing to me. I get so much enjoyment from that. I feel fulfilled. I feel, because I travelled, that's a major thing that I lived abroad. I always wanted to do that. I lived in Italy, experienced ancient history, archaeology, stepping back in time in Venice, like Florence, Siena, Tuscany, like wherever I went, I felt a profound sense of fulfillment. And just to achieve living abroad is hard work. You have to be independent, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I feel fulfilled off that. I feel fulfilled off working with young people. I feel fulfilled off my spirituality. Every 5 years I discover something that gives me a new sense of fulfillment. I don't stop. I won't stop. So if you're doing that, you don't need to overly focus on what someone else does and where they're at with sorting out their shit and their arrangements and their practical circumstances, because you've got all of that balance going on. They're lucky if they can fit into your timetable. Do you know what I mean? So just reframe it, practicably rebalance everything, make sure you're busy, make sure you've got your stuff going on, and they'll be so drawn to that. You'll be 1,000 times more interesting than if you're someone that's just moping about them or sitting with your friends going on about them. What are you then? You're just a husk of a person that used to be interesting, because all you do is sit around going on about this person and what they're doing. How's that motivational for them? How's that exciting for them? How are they missing out on anything? They're not. So keep it in its box. Keep that in its category, in its box. Yes, they're important to you, but you are 75% about everything else that's going on in your life, and that's 25%. And until they're dating you as a single person, until they're committing themselves to you as a spouse, what are they? Keep it in its box, because this is how you maintain balance for yourself, okay? With your heart, with your mind, with your emotions, with your health. You're in control of the majority of what's going on with you. Yes, we care about them. We may even hold unconditional love for them and want them to be happy, no matter whether that means them being with us or not. But we're not going to make our whole life about this person. We must not do that, because their healing work is their healing work, and their practical, it looks like they're taking control. It looks like they've really thought about everything. It looks like they're withdrawing from their situation. But until they do, that is either going to play out later on in this life or the next life. So we're not going to put ourselves on hold. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, it probably is, but don't focus everything onto that. Do you know what I mean? If you keep a good balance, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. I promise you. Persistence. 1212. Shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, and new experiences. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. So you got two things. You got two things that's coming, okay, Cancer. Something to do with your life's purpose. So if your life's purpose is to help animals, some kind of opportunity is going to come up with regards to that. If your life purpose is to help animals or people, or to be a motivational speaker, or to create art that is profound and makes people think, or to write movies and change people's perspectives on anything, to shift mindsets, to influence something you're good at, is going to completely blow up in a really good way. And then the other thing is some sort of partnership or romance. So you've got your life purpose, you know, hashtag career, and then also romance. Two amazing things going to happen for you, Cancer. 8888, personal power. Material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. You had epic romance twice. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Excuse me. Why is this not coming out for Taurus? Angels are sending the number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. I am so envious. You're going to be bigger than what you know. Use it for the greater good. Nice. That's a really nice note to finish on. Alright, take care, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, give it a share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.